we are going to look at Adobe Spark Post on the iPad. And I do want to point out that Adobe does have multiple free apps that are available to download. They're all creative. They are all based on their major programs. And if you would like to use them, you can download them for free, but Adobe does require an account. It is a free account that you can use. It gives you 2 gigabytes of saved storage. Students who are under 13, we do observe the under 13 policy for their accounts. A few things teachers have done across the county are that if it's 1 or 2 students who want to use the application, the teacher may sign themselves in on their own Adobe account and then sign out when the student is finished working. Or if there are a lot of students, maybe use a generic school account to be able to for them to access, and then someone would monitor to make sure it doesn't become bloated with things that aren't necessary or that students aren't doing things maybe they shouldn't be on it. So we are going to look at Spark Post, and the first thing you will need to do when you open the application is sign in. If you currently do not have an Adobe account, you can sign up for free. You can use your WCPS email. And if you would like detailed information on how to do that, you can actually watch our Spark Post for the Mac, and that gives you the details of exactly how to do that in a very laid out format. I'm going to go ahead and log into my Adobe account. Once you are signed in, you'll see that in the middle it pops up that says remix these posts or create your own. And you can watch that video that will show you how you can actually redo what is already created so that you can use that. So for instance, if I wanted to use this format, I can choose remix, and it will start with this as the design, and then I can do with it as I would like. So whenever you are first signing in and you see that, if you see something that catches your attention, feel free to click on it and then go ahead and manipulate it. That way you don't have to do the whole creative process. You can just focus on what you want to say. When you do log in to the app, in the upper left you do have some options. You can sign out of your account if you would like. You can look at your ID. It tells you how much you have used. There's a video guide. You can choose your notifications, etc. So that is where you would go if you want to sign out, or if a student is using that and you want to sign them out of the account. When you look at the screen, these are the posts that you have created, and if you have not created any, you will have a blank screen. This also includes ones that you may have created on the website on your Mac. If you look across the bottom, there is a remix button, so if you ever want to go back to see, you can see what the remix options are, and they actually have some options at the top. So if I do seasonal, it is going to give me all these different ones that have been created. I could choose to let it snow and remix that, drop in my own words, and I already have created there. So it's very quick, very efficient, and easy if you want to use that. The other thing is, if you push the green button, this is where you're going to start with a background. You can choose from any of these different options. If you choose a solid color, it's literally what it says. It would just be one solid color. Photo Library will access the photos on your iPad. Camera will actually allow you to take a photo. So I'm going to choose camera, but notice it says it would like to access the camera. You want to choose OK. If you accidentally choose Don't Allow, you can go into the settings on your iPad, choose Privacy, and then turn that on for the camera. I'm going to choose Plus. I'm going to actually choose a solid color. I'm going to choose a darker color here. So now I'm going to choose Next. And now I need to choose the size. Just because it says Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest doesn't mean that that is where it has to go. That is just the size and shape of the post that you are making. Remember, Adobe Post is going to use the idea of words or word images, or images and words together to say something. So think about it in terms of students adding it to a document, adding it to a presentation, saying things with more than just words. So you can choose whatever size you would like. You can double tap to edit the text. So I can go in and type what I would like. So I would say, have a great weekend. I'll choose Done. I can rotate it. I can resize it. So I could maybe put it over here in the corner. I can look at different font options. I can look at decorative font options. I can look at the shape. So I could add a shape to it. Put that in the background. Choose my check. Now notice when I did the font, I chose it, but I pushed the X. You want to choose the check mark to make sure that it saves what you've done. You can change all kinds of different things with the formatting. You even have this circle, which will change things for you, and you just get an idea of what it would look like. So when you're done with that, you can choose the check mark. There are also several themes, so you'll see apply new designs for a fresh look. Well, I can just jump around to these different themes that are already created. It's going to hold my text, but it is going to allow me to do whatever I would like in relation to the theme. And it, again, is just ease of use. I can still go in and change the text if I would like. I can rotate the text. I can add what I would like to the theme. It just gives me a different way of interacting with it. The palette gives me different color options that it put together. I'm not much of one to call myself an artist, so things like this are great for people like me because I don't have to decide what colors might work together. I can simply choose a box and it will do it for me. I can't do anything with the photo unless I have a photo in there. So if I choose a background and I say, let's go to photo library, it's going to access my photos. I'm going to say OK. Let's say that I'm just going to choose this picture right here. I can now interact with that photo and add a filter to it if I would like. And it's going to hold whatever I do there. I can add an animation to fade it in or to have it to focus on a certain area. Let's say that I've added a photo and I don't really want that photo anymore. I would just go up to the picture icon, which is the background, choose the thing that I would like. So let's say I want to do a solid color again, and it is going to remove that photo for me. The other thing you can do is go to resize. So let's say that you make one and you think, no, that's not how that should look. Well, if you want to make a YouTube thumbnail, you can change it to that, and you can just play with this once you've created it to see what it would look like. So when you are done and totally ready and you've gone and you've made what you wanted, you want to choose share. When you choose share, you have several options. You can send it somewhere, you can email it, you can airdrop it, but you want to save the image, and when you do that, it will save it to your camera roll. That way you can use it anytime you would like. It is going to have the hashtag Adobe Spark in the lower right corner. If you upgrade your account to a Pro Edition, that is going to be able to be removed. It's a branding thing, and obviously Adobe wants to promote themselves, but if you do want to have that removed, you can request to have an upgraded account through your school, or you can pay for it yourself, depending on which program you go with. They do have an educator program. It can become expensive depending on what you would like to do. If you're the type of person who would probably only use this every once in a while, it's probably not going to be worth your money, simply because this is a free feature and it is great to use. It's great to explore. So whenever you're done creating, you've shared it, you've saved it, you can go back to your posts. They're all here. At any time, I can go in and edit any of these. I can delete, duplicate, or share. So let's say that I make one, but I want to see what it would look like in a different way. If I duplicate it, I can then automatically go in and begin to change. So let's say maybe I want to change the color palette on it. So I'm going to save. Maybe I want to change the theme on this one and make it look different. So it's very simple to use, very straightforward, and it will be able to be used in a variety of ways across a variety of platforms once you have saved it as a photo.